So then guys, great news, the next generation iPad Pro with an M5 inside of it is possibly coming out sooner than we think. And today I want to go over everything we know for the next generation of the iPad Pro. But just quickly, I just want to tell you where we are currently with the current iPad Pro. So the current iPad Pro came out in 2024, and it came out at springtime, and this came out with a whole new design with it. The new iPad Pro is super thin. If you get yourself the 11-inch version of this iPad, you actually get a 5.3mm thickness with this. But if you actually decide to go for the 13-inch model, the bigger one, you actually get a 5.1mm thickness on the iPad Pro. What's absolutely amazing for a device like this. It is super thin. But it wasn't just the thinness that was added to this iPad. What we also got is we got a brand new camera on the back, and then more importantly, in my opinion, we got the OLED display put on side of this iPad, and it is probably the best OLED display I have ever used on a mobile device out there. This is the tandem OLED display. It's ProMotion and it's absolutely gorgeous. And if you haven't actually seen an iPad Pro with this OLED display, go out and make sure you test one out because they are absolutely amazing with this. The other upgrade that we got with the iPad Pro was the M4 chip put inside of it, and this is super powerful for this iPad. Now, one thing I'd say has been a bit controversial over the last year up until recently was that all that power with the M4, why do we have this with just say iPadOS? Well, the great news is with iPadOS 26, what is coming out later this year, and you can get betas of it right now, we have the new multitasking ability. We also have an updated Save Files app, and we also at the same time got the preview app added too, giving it more kind of macOS abilities. And I tested this out and you can see it running right here on my iPad Pro M4, and it's absolutely amazing. It's definitely built for it, and it's definitely going to help me utilize all that power inside of it when we get the full official version of iPadOS 26 later on this year. But then the big question is, you might be asking, is what about the next generation of the iPad Pro? What kind of updates are we going to be seeing there? Well, one thing I'm going to say right now is that to do with the actual design, do not expect any changes whatsoever. If the iPad Pro has just been updated with an OLED display inside it and it's been made even thinner, I cannot imagine Apple going to update this for the next generation. It's going to be sticking around for a good few generations. So with that, do not expect any kind of updates with the actual design and the OLED, the screen or things like this. Maybe the OLED might be slightly brighter, but apart from that, do not expect any other kind of big changes with that. Where the biggest change will happen is with the actual chip inside there, and more than likely it's going to have an M5 inside of it. And what we'll probably actually get is two variants of that M5, and that M5 will obviously depend on which kind of configuration of storage that you pick on, just like what we have now with the M4 iPad Pro. But something else that was also probably going to change with that is also the RAM amounts. The iPad Pro, especially if you go for the lower storage amounts, is the only device out there with an M4 what is paired up with 8GB of RAM. And this is going to looking to change as we go towards the M5. The new baseline amount of RAM now is probably going to be 16GB inside of it. And also if you go for the higher sort of say 1TB and 2TB storage, you're probably even going to get 24GB of RAM. And especially with the likes of iPadOS 26 with that multitasking ability, this is definitely going to be helping out now, where you could be say exporting videos, you could be fiddling around importing loads of photos onto your iPad. You know, you could do all of these great sort of things now. Having that extra ability of more RAM and that multitasking with Windows and things like this, this is really going to help out. And I for one am super excited to see these upgrades coming to the iPad Pro with the M5 inside of it. Now, there's something else to also get excited about, and that is the giveaway we are doing on this channel for this right here. This here is a MacBook Air, and this here is an M4 MacBook Air to be precise here. Now, I'm giving this away to one lucky subscriber at the end of June time this year, so it's only a couple of weeks away from now, and you can enter into this giveaway right now. All you have to do, very simply at this stage, just just put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it's an iPad Pro. Maybe it's going to be, say, a new iPhone. Maybe it's got nothing to do with Apple whatsoever. It could say a Nintendo Switch 2 or something else completely different. Well, let me know in the comments below. Now, the other part of the giveaway is going to be happening at the end of this month, and that is why I'm going to be making a video giving you even more details about the actual giveaway, including a form to fill in, and most importantly, I'll be also telling you when I'm going to be doing the live stream to give away this MacBook Air. And you won't want to miss out on that, so the best thing you can do right now is make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell, and plus you want to be a subscriber too, because I'm giving this away to a lucky subscriber. The last thing I want to quickly say to you is, guys, is that sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people. Best you see right here. Please do report them. So moving on from this then, what about the release date and price? Well, let's talk about the release date first of all, because there's two potential times when this new iPad Pro with the M5 is going to come out. The first time when it could come out is the end of 2025 as one of the last products that Apple bring out. Now, Apple likes to do an event around about the end of October, beginning of November time, introducing their next generation of M chipset, so specifically like the M5. So what Apple could actually do is bring out, say, the M5 iPad Pro around that time, and also bring out the likes of, say, MacBook Pros and things like this, and maybe one or two other devices. So this is the first time we could actually see this, and we've actually had leaks about this telling us that there's a possibility that the iPad Pro may come out the end of 2025. The other possibility is that it might not come out then, it may come out in early 2026, and really the kind of time that could be anywhere from, say, January to April time. Apple likes to do a spring event some point in there. Traditionally we've had a few in March, and we've also had a few in April, but there has been the odd one in, say, January time too. So this is when we could actually see the next generation of the iPad Pro with the M5 inside of it. So we still got a few more months until this is going to come out, or even until next year at the, when this will come out. But the good thing is, I'm going to say it's going to be less than a year from now of the time of making this video. But then for the actual pricing of the iPad Pro, more than likely it's not going to change unless tariffs interfere with it. So at the moment, as it stands, the M4 iPad Pro starts at $999 US, and that is for the M4 11-inch version, whereas the 13-inch model starts at $1,300. So I would actually be gauging this as actually the set sort of pricing to actually be for the next generation with the M5. But like I said, you're going to get that M5, extra RAM and storage. Well, we'll have to wait and see if Apple are going to change any of the storage configuration when we get more leaks about that. But if we do get any more leaks about it, I will let you guys know. But with that though, guys, are you excited for the next generation of the iPad Pro? Are you going to be getting one? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below with that too. And with that as well, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.